Hey there YouTube, I haven't made a video in about a week, so I'm going to give you some updates on things that I've picked up and scored. Last week I scored this JVC car stereo for the Buick. I only paid $15 for it at a yard sale. The people that owned it said the radio worked fine, they just removed it out of their old Chevy van before they got rid of it. It came GM compatible, it came with the wiring harness adapter, and it came with the bezel that fits around the radio, all for $15. If I would have bought the wiring harness adapter and that bezel just at the store brand new, I would have been spending just as much or if not more. And all I needed to do was plug the radio into my existing wiring harness for the old radio, and it works fine. The people said it worked fine. And I'll give a demonstration. I didn't want to play too much because of the copyright cops, but yeah, the radio works great. It's enjoyable to have a CD player now compared to the old cassette radio that I had. And besides, I think the old radio was going because I used to hear crackling in that speaker a little bit sometimes. So I think one of the channels was going. So yes, I'll show you some more things I got. Last weekend I also scored these two mowers here. This is a 1979 Jacobsen twin blade mulcher, which I got for $5. And this is an MTD Yard Machines 4 horsepower 21-inch cheap Briggs with a bag for $25. The reason why the Jacobsen was so cheap is because the old owners couldn't get it started. The reason why it wouldn't start is because the throttle control was shot. It originally had a bar throttle control, but I removed that and I installed this throttle control from an old snapper mower that I had, and it serves the purpose. And the deck has a small crack right there. It ain't all the way up, but it's just on the bottom of the deck. Not a big deal. And the deck also has a brake in it right there, which doesn't affect the height adjuster. The only problem with this engine now is this recoil assembly. Sometimes the spring doesn't retract the rope, and you would have to give the pulley a little jerk like this to get the spring to work to retract the rope. And I might have a spare recoil assembly in the garage. I think I do from a previous mower that I had. I just got to look in the mess. And I'll give a demonstration. And I think it's a 3.5 horsepower or a 3.75 horsepower Briggs. I'll put it right there. Yeah, you gotta love these oldies. If I cannot fix it, if I cannot find the recoil assembly, a different one, I can still junk the deck and make my $5 back. But yes, this thing starts and runs excellent otherwise. And I also picked up this MTD Yard Machines 4 horsepower 21-inch cheap Briggs with a bag for $25. When I looked at it, I noticed that the diaphragm was shot because the engine was revving up and down and the exhaust was chugging black smoke. So I went to O'Reilly's and I got a diaphragm kit for it for $3, and I bought a new spark plug for it, and I sharpened the blade and I changed the oil, and now the engine runs like new after I changed that diaphragm out. And a matter of fact, I got somebody coming to look at this mower since I posted it for sale on Craigslist. He needs a decent mower for his rental properties. And I'll give a demonstration. And that bag is like brand new. The people that owned the mower never used the bag. It sat in the garage unassembled. I had to assemble the metal frame onto the bag itself. I only used that bag once. That's how many times it was used. Yeah, she starts and runs excellent, like new now. It doesn't pop or anything. Sometimes when you replace the diaphragm, the engines pop a little bit, but this engine does not pop at all. It runs like brand new. And it also comes with a brand new bag. Can't go wrong. If the guy buys it tomorrow, he's going to get a pretty good mower for his rental properties. And I'll show you some more stuff that I scored. Last weekend I also scored this slightly used ProTech portable table saw with a stand for $40. I was looking around for a portable table saw for a while, but most of the used ones I found were either missing the rip fences or the miter gauges. But when I found this one, I couldn't pass the deal up because the guy only used it maybe once or twice. So basically the saw is like brand new still. The plastic is like brand new. This saw is flawless. For $40 I couldn't pass the deal up. Slightly used, hardly been used. The guy who owned it just didn't want to cut his own wood anymore, so he has his neighbor cut it. And I'll show you some more stuff I scored. On Saturday I scored this portable Craftsman router and router table for $5. Even though I really don't need a router, I got two of them already, I couldn't beat the price on this, so I picked it up. And the router's an old Craftsman type, it's a portable type. The only problem with it is the bit light is burned out, but you don't need it. It's got the height adjuster right here. But for $5, even though I really didn't need a router, I picked it up anyway. It was a great deal. You never see routers for $5 at yard sales, never. The routers are usually priced pretty expensive. And that concludes this video, and I sure hope you enjoyed my scores. Good night, bye.